It's such a disposable world that we live in. You change your crockery with the colour of your walls.
My name is Sean Corcoran. I'm an environmental artist. This is an environmental project. Since an early age, I was always working with materials, making things using recycled materials. So when I was 16, I left school and I started making things, including stained glass and mosaic. This project is probably a first of its kind in terms of looking specifically at crockery. Like in the fashion industry, for example, there's a thing called fast fashion. How can we buy this hoodie for €5 or €10? I mean, the stuff is very, very cheap because it's been mass produced. Like some people have got 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 dinner plates in their house. I mean, and they're not a restaurant, they're just a house. So how can we look at sustainability, similar way that the studies have been done in fast fashion, how can we do that also for our day-to-day crockery? So the workshops take place 4 or 5 days a week here in our little mosaic room. There's been probably 150 volunteers altogether. All the panels are being made at the moment. We have about 300 separate panels to make. Everything is donated, all the cups and plates and saucers and milk jugs and teapots that you see around you here. Thousands and thousands of these items have been donated. Is it in there or is there...
My name is Patsy. I'm from Old Parish in Dungarvan now, but that's only the last 5.5 years. And I'm originally from Dublin, so now and again you can hear those broad vowels coming out. I was married at 19, so I didn't go to college. So for the first 20 years of my life, I was at home raising kids. But I spent my time sticking and gluing and making. I'm always making something, and I feel the day is wasted if I'm not making something. I saw the call for volunteers on Facebook, and I had been searching for something to belong to since I came down here, and now I found it. Well, Kira came up to me one day and said, "Do you mind me asking what you're collecting?"
Oh, that's it. So I'd say you come over a bit over here. Slide it in over here.
I would absolutely agree, you know, with the whole background to Sean's project about overconsumption. It's widespread, it's across the board. With the improvement of quality of life, it's so easy now to purchase. It gets delivered right to your door. There are so many businesses in competition, so things are becoming cheaper and cheaper for us to buy. If we think back to our grandparents' generation, they didn't have as much as we did. They didn't have as much choice. And there's so much choice now, and your preferences for choices can change on a whim.
We do buy far too much, and clothes-wise as well. If I like something enough to actually buy it, why on earth will I be getting rid of it in 2 years' time, unless I put on tons of weight?
I feel things aren't being made to as high a standard quality-wise, and there's definitely a suspicion that they might be being made to break, so that we have to replace them. Every point of the day we're coming in contact with something that's telling us to buy. I open my phone, I'm just being targeted consistently with things that after seeing it 5 or 6 times, I now believe that I want.
There was a time when you bought a set of delf and you'd have it forever. That doesn't happen anymore. You change your crockery with the colour of your walls. And why are we doing that? It's a different world to the one that I was brought up in originally, I have to say.
But I don't think it's all the fault of the general population. I think marketing has become such a beast. Feeding off people's insecurities, like the beauty industry. It feeds off of women's insecurities, telling us that we need X, Y, and Z to be acceptable to leave the house, And that's something I've always, I suppose, been a bit out of place with regards to that. I would have found friends growing up and peers would have found my approach a little bit odd. I think at a certain age we all just want to blend in with the crowd, and we all just We want to have what everybody else is having, and we don't question, well, who said we need to be like this? Who said this is the status quo? I find Sean's approach to this project quite inspiring. I think something that we can all take from it is just don't be afraid to be yourself. Honestly, like, the more authentic you are, you will find your tribe. You know, you'll lose the people that weren't meant for you, and you'll surround yourself by people that are. The more of us that do that, the more of a movement it becomes almost, and it almost allows others to actually make that change themselves without that fear of like public perception, which we all carry, you know. Like, we all want to be liked at the end of the day, you know, and we'd be lying if we said otherwise. I have a way to go, so.
Gives away my age.
I'm Regina Byrne. I live in Ballin Road. I loved the idea of coming here and having something to do, and you can just switch off. You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to think about, I have a sick child. I don't have to think about that. I can come here and forget that there's going to be 10 calls from Crumlin, or, you know, I don't have to think about any of that. I was looking at this since October and I thought, I'm not able for that. My knee is killing me, my back is killing me. I'm after 2 heart procedures. I'll never manage this, but I really want to do it. And I came and I managed to do it, to stay here the few hours, and I was absolutely thrilled with myself. I could actually do that, and you feel great in yourself then, because you think, oh sure, I can't do this, I have this pain or I have that ache. And I just thought, oh my God, no, I can. You know, you can do, you know.
Such a difficult thing to step outside of your comfort zone. That's daunting. And I think it's so brave of people to just take a deep breath and take that step. We can talk ourselves out of doing so much in life, and where will that lead us? You know, the only thing stopping you is your own thoughts. You know, if you have any kind of an itch, just do it. It never is a regret, you know. And if it's a regret, at least you have a funny story to tell, you know.
When it all gets put together, he has it in his mind, whereas we can't see it. He has a plan. Sean is brilliant to be able to teach so many people, and they're all new skills. Like, it was grouting last week, it's gluing this week. It's not just putting your pieces on the board. Pieces are heavy, pieces are light. There's a place for everything on it. It's not just a whole load of crockery thrown onto a board. Whether it's the plain colours, the dark colours, the bright colours, it all means something.
As you approach the mosaic from the far side of the road and the pedestrian crossing, I think you're going to be hit with the overwhelming scale of the amount of stuff that's in it. For me, that kind of almost like a time travelling through space of crockery, and I'm hoping that's also when they start triggering the kind of idea of what do we do with all the stuff. This project is currently being of more benefit than it ever will be on the wall. It's cathartic, I think, for people to come together from a wellness perspective. Even the idea of leaving the reality of your day-to-day life and bringing people together on a creative endeavour, it's a healthy thing.
There's definitely a therapeutic side that comes from art. You come away from it having been able to put down the busyness. You have to slow down, you know, you have to work with your hands, you have to slow down, and that's the opposite of what my day-to-day life is, and I think probably the same for a lot of us.
It's almost like mindfulness, because your hands are completely occupied, but your brain isn't, you know.
It's just you time, you know.
It's kind of like a roller coaster ride emotionally, because you get comments from people saying, oh, I can't wait to see it finished. And for me, there is a certain sadness to the completion. At the end of the day, there will be a massive big community artwork left on the wall, but for me, this is when the real magic happens. It's right now when the media and the press and the newspapers and social media's attention is on it, and the process of everybody bandying together to get it up on the wall.
Well, it's the whole community really that are after putting into this. From the people that are bringing, they wouldn't be without the people donating. So you have the people donating. Then you have people like, I was bringing it to my house. I had a friend coming in a van then to my house and taking it here. The people then coming to go in and make the bits. People that are coming to cut the crockery. There's a huge amount of people involved because it won't be complete till it's up on the walls.
John himself is very inspirational in his approach to creating a community, you know, from going from an idea.
Here's a sneak preview of work in progress in the mosaic room.
To having 50 participants coming in and out of the studio week after week. And I know from chatting to Sean that this has been like a 15-year dream in the making. You know, it didn't happen overnight. So I think for younger people, never think it's too late to start. Follow your instincts on ideas. Not every idea will end up being a huge mosaic on the side of Dungarvan shopping centre. But every idea has value and is worth pursuing to some extent. And you might come to the cul-de-sac and say, okay, that actually didn't go as I planned it to go, but I explored it. And it might actually encourage some other seeds to be planted and to grow over time. And eventually one is going to make big waves, such as Sean has done with this.
I'm being funded to facilitate this project, but at the end of the day, there's 150 people who are given their time voluntarily to come together. So it's very important that they get something from it.
I've got so much from this, and the other ladies that I talk to are all saying exactly the same thing, that they've got so much out of it in all sorts of different areas.
There's the human connection side of it as well, you know, just chatting, chit-chatting, and we lose that. The team building and the collaboration side of it is really lovely too.
I wouldn't be used to meeting many new people now at all, you know. But I kind of do the same thing every day, and it was just something different. It was something to look forward to.
It creates that sense of community that I think is lacking a bit in modern society.
The exchanges between all of us has been really, really good. I'll be very sad when it's over. I kind of feel I have found a tribe down here that I can belong to.
All right, they've gone bananas!
The volunteers that have made this possible, the actual people who have glued everything together, been part of all the mosaic masterclass that's gone on here, those people, for me, at that unveiling, it's just going to be absolutely fantastic. See all them together and to share in their pride for what they have created on the wall in Dungarvan there. It's going to be a legacy piece, not only for the town and for the county, I'm sure, but for them personally. And I think if there's one wish I have for those volunteers, that, you know, that's acknowledged locally and within their families, within their communities, that they were part of making that wall possible. So we're here in beautiful sunny Dungarvan, and it's day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a good bit up. There's 244 separate panels. So really, really excited to finally see this public artwork, a community artwork, finally going up on the wall here in Dungarvan.
I'm so excited to see it going up at last week. It's amazing the way it's all just fitting together so perfectly.
I particularly just love them all coming together. I got such a thrill to see it on the wall.
I am a bit of an artist, a bit of a crafty person, and I'm very hesitant about showing my work in public. And I hadn't realised, oh my God, people are going to be seeing this.
It's been an absolute perseverance. It's a marathon physically and mentally.
We're so thankful to Creative Ireland for funding this Creative Climate Action Project, and indeed our partners at Waterford City and County Council. They've been so fantastic and supportive. This is all coming together now, so we're very excited to see the end result, which we should see in a few days' time.
It's a day I've been waiting for 15 years, because this project has been in the pipeline, a dream of mine for 15 years.
I just want to say huge thanks and acknowledgements to the visionary artist Sean, who we have been having this conversation about this piece of art for a long time. Sean's work as an environmental artist, his sense of place and identity, and his ability to influence and inspire community groups is absolutely fantastic. This isn't the end, it's the beginning of much more conversation, I think.
I would like to say that there's 150 people who have made this possible. So I'm really only the catalyst. Big round of applause for those volunteers.
Giving your stories and your emotions, your family history, and that volunteering community spirit is what makes places like Dungarvan and our towns and our villages really unique and special places.
People often ask me, how do I feel about Crockery Mountain? What an achievement. It's finally installed on the wall in Dungarvan. And it's taken me until now to kind of really come to terms with the scale and the immensity of the project and the final artwork as well, and what everybody achieves. The idea that conversation leads to behaviour change, I know that for a fact after working on this project. It really, really does. So the idea of conversations continuing on in terms of overconsumption. On the back of Crockery Mountain, I'm researching all kinds of things, including phenomenology, environmental break-even points, the carbon cycle. It's informing my work going forward, so much so that I'm now working on temporary mosaics. Now, I'm taking the idea, exactly the same formula that was used in Crockery Mountain. These are going to be temporary artwork, where all the items are laid out on one big table, and at the end of the project, everything is taken apart. There's hundreds and hundreds of people now, like friends and followers of the project. There's an entire community, in fact, that have really kind of taken a step forward environmentally, and that's just a real honour to be part of that. We've learned so much from Crockery Mountain, and there's more to do in terms of really kick-starting that conversation further down the road so that it continues the momentum we've built.